प्रहिणोति तस्मै तं हदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशम् मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय गुरवे शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादीनगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततम् पूर्णाय बोधात्मने। ब्रह्माहं यत्प्रसादेन मयि विश्वं प्रकल्पितं श्रीमत्स्वयं प्रकाशाख्यं प्रणौमि जगतां गुरुं। यः परमात्मा जगत् सृष्ट्वा प्रविवेश पुनः स्वयं तं कृष्णं प्रत्यगात्मानं वन्दे गोपी मनोहरम्। यस्य प्रसादादहमद्वयात्मा विश्वं समस्तं मयि कल्पितं च तं सर्वलोकैकगुरुं सदाश्री स्वयं प्रकाशं गुरुमानतोऽस्मि। गुरूणां चरणां भोजं प्रणिपत्य निरन्तरं तत्कृपालेशतो द्वैत चिन्ताकौस्तुभमारभे। ओम। So the definition of Abhivyanjakatvam as Avarana Nivartakatvam is more comprehensive than to say Pratyaksha Vyavahara Janakatvam. So now, having understood what exactly we mean by the word Abhivyanjaka, meaning that which is capable of removing the concealment caused by ignorance. What kind of concealment is removed, whether it is a sattvapada concealment that is removed or a bhanapada concealment that is removed, is not discussed. Whichever either of those or both of those can be removed, and whichever that what is capable of removing any one or both, then are called as Abhivyanjaka. So Vishaya Chaitanya Abhivyanjakatve sati Ajnana Antakaranayoho Parinama Visheshaha. This is the definition of vritti. Elsewhere in Yoga Shastra, etc., the definition of vritti is accepted only as the parinama, as the modification of the mind. But over here, because we do not want vritti to mean smriti or krodha or any other forms of cognition, we are restricting it only to the pramana vyapar. Then why is Yoga Shastra over there including 4 more forms of vritti? And that is because by vritti, Yoga Shastra wants all the forms of cognition to be brought under the word vritti. Because for Yoga Shastra, cessation of all the thought processes, all the cognitive processes is what is intended. The intention of Yoga Shastra is to stop these the cognitions. They cannot stop, even yoga cannot stop modification of the mind. So what is it that is wanted by them? Modification only in form of cognition is what they want to stop. Those who have studied Jivan Mukti Viveka along with me, in the Manonasha Prakranam, this topic was very well dealt. That is what is called as Samadhi. That what is called as Samadhi in Vedanta Shastra, we are going to call it as Manonash. Okay. Nevertheless, now what do we understand by the word vritti? Is Vishaya Chaitanya Abhivyanjakatve Sati Ajnanantakaranayoho Parinama Vishesha. Having discussed the first part of the definition, now he turns to the pariksha, verification of the second part of the definition, Dvitiya Dalam. What is the Dvitiya Dalam? That it is a Parinama Vishesha. It is a modification, a specific modification. And that specific modification is of Milita. It is a joint modification of ignorance and Antakaranam of the mind. So here is our question. In the PDF, if you have opened up, it is page 163, the Tika part in the commentary section. Nanu Purva Rupa Parityagena Rupantarapattif Parinamaha. Sir, some people have defined Parinama as change of form by giving up the earlier form. Look at that. So a person who has yet not very well thought about what exactly should he mean by what exactly would be parinam. For him, this definition seems to be acceptable. But on a closer observation, you are going to find that this definition, which definition is this? Anand. What definition is this that is being presented?
Definition of vritti is being.
अरे भाई परिणाम का चल रहा है ना, वृत्ति का.
Parinam is modification.
But what exactly do you mean by modification? Chakresh?
Swamiji, the definition which is being discussed is Purva Rupa Parityagena.
Correct. Purva Rupa Parityagena Rupantara Patti Parinamaha. सब लोगों के पास ग्रंथ है कि नहीं है? Everybody has the book.
Yes, Swamiji.
Punita, you have the book or not?
The book, Swamiji.
Huh?
I have the book.
You have, and you can
Yeah.
read Sanskrit now.
Uh,
Devanagari script.
I can read Devanagari script, yes.
Okay, ठीक है. And are you seeing the line that we are following now?
I just opened the book and I was trying to look for it. This is the first time I'm opening the book, so.
Okay, so it is on page 163 in the PDF.
Okay, sure, Swamiji.
I'll wait. Dr. Meera, you have it? मिल रहा है कि नहीं सब लोगों को पंक्ति? Prabhama, you have the line in front of you?
Yes, Swamiji.
Okay. Purva Rupa Parityagena Rupantara Patti Parinamaha. What is the definition? Because we will have to see if the definition requires any ramification, any rectification. So, Parinama, though you are saying vritti is a specific modification, a joint modification of ignorance and the mind. This is fine, sir. But can you please tell us what exactly do you mean by modification? So he quickly answers, maybe somebody in the line or elsewhere. This is the definition of parinama. Purva Rupa Parityagena Rupantara Patti. It is the change of form by giving up the earlier form. So, and then he would also give you an example to justify his claim. So, milk turning into curd. Can it be called as milk any longer?
No.
No.
No. So the form has changed. Milk is something that is fluid. Curd is something that is semi-fluid or semi-solid. And so he says, there is rupantaram, there is a change of form. And therefore we can say that the curd is the modification of milk. ठीक है ना यहाँ तक? You should
Yes,
not,
Swamiji.
nothing is difficult about it. But there is a there is an objection. Sacha anupapannaha. Okay. Such a parinama, if this is what you say is parinama, then this is anupapanna. It cannot be, it is not logically acceptable. It is not well defined. Anupapanna. Why, sir? Purva rupe sthite nashteva रूपांतरापत्तेः adarshanath. I think this is रूपांतरापत्तेः patter darshanath. There is this little thing which we need to see, because even last time there was this problem. It is Rupantara Patter Darshanat. Because, and I'm going to take it that way, because Rupantaram, the change of form, can be seen where the Purva Rupa, if is given up, obviously there is Rupantaram. And even if the Purva Rupa is not given up, there is still a modification, a change. Where do you see so? In case of the milk, obviously there is a change in form which you are going to call as modification. But you see, sir, that the entire world of all the solid objects is basically the element earth. But has the earth changed into fire or into water or anything? No, sir. It is earth element only which remains. The wood remains wood, whether you make it, keep it as a plank, or whether you fix it as a chair. So the form of that thing, which is wood, hasn't changed. So Purva Rupe Sthite Nashteva Rupantara Pattehe Darshanat. So therefore, just to say that Purva Rupa Parityagena Rupantaram is called as Parinama is somehow not acceptable. We need a definition which can still be called as parinama to understand what is modification. Anybody has a difficulty at this point?
No, Swamiji.
ठीक है ना ये?
Yes, Swamiji.
हाँ.
Swami, this is
हाँ.
Rupantar Apatti hi Adarshanath.
हाँ, वो अदर्शनाथ यहाँ पे दिख रहा है, लेकिन हमें लगता है रूपांतरा पत्तेर दर्शनाथ होना चाहिए. Maybe this seems to be an editing mistake, or somewhere in the original manuscript only it was like this. अदर्शन क्यों बोल रहा है वो? अदर्शन नहीं, दर्शन तो होता है. भले रूपांतर हो अथवा न हो, परिणाम दिखता है ना? समझ में आ रही है ना
स्वामी
बात?
जी,
बताओ, बोलो.
पूर्व रूप स्थिति जब रहेगी, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ मिल्क इज देयर.
No, in case of milk, nashteva, that is the case, nashte. Purva roop is given up, and therefore you can call it as parinama. But in case of wood, wood remains wood. Whether you make a chair out of it or a table out of it does not matter. The form of that thing is wood only. Has it chemically or atomically changed?
No.
Therefore, we are going to say it is, and still you can say the wood has changed into chair, the wood has become the table, so on and so forth. So purva rupe sthite, sthiti is here in case of wood, that is the example. Nashteva, the milk is the example. Okay?
जी जी.
So therefore
Swamiji.
So therefore this definition of parinama, which says it is change of form, is not acceptable. It is somehow anupapanna, logically not justifiable. It is not justified. Then along with that, sir, we have a second objection for you. As kincha vedantavadastu vivartavadaha iti abhyupagamāt parinamavadashrayane siddhanta virodhapattihi iti yataha aha parinamo nameti. But in Vedanta, which is basically vivartavada, Vedanta is vivartavada. You remember, right?
जी स्वामी.
What is vivarta?
What appears but is not.
हाँ, तो मोटा मोटी तो ऐसे ही बोल सकते हैं.
कल्पित.
हाँ, Vedantavadastu vivartavadaha. So when you are saying Parameshwara is the very cause of this world, then they had raised a question as saying, if Parameshwara is the cause of this world, then has Parameshwara undergone any modification? And that modification would mean change, right? Change. So what is Parameshwara? Sad means existence. Then from Sat, if the Sat changes, then Sat changes, no longer remains Sat, will become, what will it become if it changes?
Asat.
Asat, that is the only option available. There is nothing in between. So now your Parameshwara is Asat. है ही नहीं. या तो इस प्रकार समझो कि whatever your Parameshwara is, वो सड़ने लग गया. सड़ते सड़ते बदलते बदलते ये दुनिया बन गया. क्या तुम्हारा परमेश्वर इस प्रकार से दुनिया का कारण है क्या? जगत कारणम is Parameshwara this way your Jagat Karanam? Say no. The Parameshwara has not undergone any change. Kuch nahi. Parameshwara is Satchidananda, was Satchidananda, and will remain Satchidananda. And that's why it is Sat. Sat means that which never ever changes. Trikala Badhyam. And so now, then how do you say Parameshwara is the Jagat Karanam? So over here we say, without really undergoing any change, appears to have become this, the world. Can anybody think of an example that where the object, which is the Karanam, that which is the cause really has not undergone any change and yet has become the effect? Can anybody think about an example?
Gold and ornaments, Swamiji.
Okay, gold and ornament. Anyone else?
Swamiji, rope appearing as the snake, Swamiji.
Wow, wow, wow.
And the shell and the silver.
अब आ गए, ठीक है. So what has happened? Can you say that you can experience or see the snake even if the rope was not there?
No.
No, Swamiji.
So therefore you admit something which cannot be there without the object, some object, therefore that object is the cause. Correct?
Yes, Swamiji.
It's not possible. Can you make curd if the milk is not there?
No, Swamiji.
Its upasthiti is essential, inevitable. Correct?
Yes, Swamiji.
Yes, Swamiji.
Its upasthiti is inevitable. So, and that's why you are attributing the quality of being the cause to milk. Because without the milk, the curd cannot be there. So cause and effect. The cause has to be present prior, inevitably prior to the effect coming into existence. Correct? Which means if this thing is not there, the effect cannot come into existence. Fine? Up to this point?
Yes, Swamiji.
Yes, Swamiji.
ठीक है. Therefore, now the rope also becomes the cause. If the rope isn't there, you cannot see the snake or garland or whatever. Take. Therefore, we are saying that the rope is the cause. Now comes the question, has the rope changed into the snake?
No.
No, sir.
No, Swamiji.
Though the rope is the cause, but rope has not changed, and yet you can see the snake. Therefore, now the thing is, this rope is the cause, but is the vivarta upadana karanam. How is it? It is the vivarti upadana karanam. किसी को डिफिकल्टी हो रही है? मनीषा, थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ में आ रहा है? पकड़ रहे हो कि नहीं?
समझ रही हूँ स्वामी जी, आज समझ आ रहे हैं.
ठीक है, धीरे धीरे चलते हैं ताकि सब लोग साथ में आगे बढ़ सकते हैं. विवर्त. So similarly, in Vedanta Shastra, when we say Parmeshwara is Jagat Karanam, we do not want to say that Parmeshwara slowly has changed, transformed, decayed into this world. बदल बदल के, सड़ के, गल के ये दुनिया बन गया. ये कहना है क्या अब तुम्हें परमेश्वर के बारे में? तो कहेंगे नहीं. तो कैसे? ठीक वैसे ही जैसे रज्जु कारण होते हुए सर्प बन गई है. ठीक है? So that is Vivartavad. So now the Purva Paksha raises an objection. Sir, you are saying Vritti is a Parinama, but in your own Siddhanta, in the postulate which you have is the postulate of Vivartavad. And now suddenly for your convenience, are you going to take the shelter of Parinamavada? And if this is how you are going to change your position, then sir, Siddhanta Virodha will take place. ठीक है? And
Yes,
in
Swamiji.
Shastrartha, what happens is if you change your position, then you are considered to be lost because you already have given up your position. You are not defending that position. Therefore, Siddhanta Virodha is a serious dosha in discussion. समझ रहे हो ना?
Yes, Swami.
चक्रेश, ठीक है?
जी स्वामी जी।
देशमुख, तुम्हें समझ में आ रहा है ना यहाँ तक?
Yes, Swami.
क्यों हम इस परिणामवाद के पहली परिभाषा को त्याग के अब पूछ रहे हैं कि परिणाम ढंग से बताओ क्या होता है?
Yes, Swamiji.
So, and therefore now there is a need to define what exactly is parinama. What are the two reasons that the author has to define what is parinama? The first one is that rupantarapatti parinama, this definition is anupapannaha, and the second one is that there will be siddhanta virodha if you say parinama for anything. Correct? So now in the Moola Grantha, go to page 161 in the original text, which is in bold letters. Parinamo nama upadana samasattaka anyatha bhavaha. So by the first line, now he has redefined with more dexterity as what is modification. He has redefined it. What is modification? Parinamo nama upadana samasattaka anyatha bhavaha. Okay. What is upadanam?
Material cause.
Correct. Upadana means material cause. And the satta, the order of existence to which the material cause belongs. The order of existence to which the material cause belongs. So, vyavaharika satta. Then, because we see that there are these three types of existences. Existence is one. But how do we see it as? Meaning, where do we associate ease? Whenever you are going to say is, you have associated existence with it. Correct? When you say the pot is, ghatosti, ghataha asti, is. सत्ता के साथ उसका संबंध हुआ है कि नहीं घट का?
जी स्वामी जी।
And that's why it is possible to say sat means is. अगर सत्ता के साथ संबंध नहीं है तो क्या घटो नास्ति? But your experience is घटः asti, is there, the pot is there, the world is there, we are seeing it. So also, now you are associating the isness with the rope. Rajju is there, the rope is. And in the avidya dasha, you are also going to say the snake is. This is a snake. I'm seeing, I'm trembling, I'm afraid of it. So you are saying the snake is. So we don't see that there is some form of association with the existence. The snake is also associated with existence. सत्ता के साथ संबंध हो रहा है कि नहीं उसका?
जी स्वामी जी।
So, but now the question is, that the rope is and the snake is. Are both of these things belonging to the same order of existence?
No.
No.
No, Swamiji.
So for now, for our convenience, we will just go ahead, because all these things will be discussed much in detail later on in this book or in other books that we may ever study. The thing is, you are going to say that the rope belongs to the vyavaharika satta, to the transaction. It is a transactional reality, existence. It is a transactional reality. ठीक है ना? But what is the nature of the snake's existence, reality?
Pratibhas.
It is pratibhasika. It is only an appearance. But is an appearance, so isness is still associated with it. And therefore, the dream elephant, the dream chariot, everything is pratibhasika satta. So now at least over here, you have found that there are these two orders of existence. There are these two orders of existence, the vyavaharika satta and the pratibhasika satta. And the satta of Parameshwara is paramarthika satta. So that later. But at least over here at this point, just this much. So, parinama nama, what is parinamaha? Upadana samasattaka anyatha bhavaha. The effect belongs to the same order of reality. When the effect belongs to the same order of reality as its material cause, then that is called as parinama. When the effect, isko ek shabda ko, just pay attention to this very, very minutely. When the effect belongs to the same order of reality, when the effect belongs to the same order of reality as its material cause, then now that effect is called as parinama. When will the effect be called as parinama? When
the effect, the order of reality of the effect is same as the material.
Yes, when the effect belongs to the same order of reality or existence to like its material cause. Correct? Upadana samasattaka anyatha bhavaha. It is called as parinama. Okay? As seen as something else. Anyatha bhava. It is milk and now it is curd. Can you treat the curd as milk?
No.
No.
You cannot treat the curd as milk. And therefore, it is definitely not milk. Anyatha bhava. It has turned into something else. Anyatha bhava. This is parinama. What was the earlier definition of parinama? Keval rupantarapatti. Now that rupantarapatti is not what we will purva rupa parityagena rupantarapatti, rupantaram was called as parinama. But that definition is rejected, and here you have a refined definition, a distilled one. What is it? Upadana samasattaka anyatha bhavaha. that when the effect belongs to the same order of reality as its material cause, it is called as parinama. ठीक है?
Yes, Swamiji.
Yes, Swami.
Deshmukh, any problem?
No, Swamiji, understood.
ठीक है ना यहाँ तक?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Then, so now the first objection which he had raised was that your definition is defective. Now this definition is not defective. But the second objection was that in Vedanta Shastra, when you talk about cause and effect, for you, the world is the effect and Parameshwara is the cause, but it is not Parinamavada. It is not Parinamavada. Then what is it? You, in principle, you have accepted the cause and effect relationship between Parameshwara and the world as Vivarta. As Vivarta. So how will you define Vivarta? Here it goes. Upadana Vishama Sattaka Anyatha Bhavaha Vivartaha. When the effect belongs to another order of reality, then its material cause, then it is called as Vivarta. Now let us take this. With this rope and the snake. What is the order of reality to which the rope belongs?
Vyavaharika Satta.
Vyavaharika Satta. Punita, Vyavaharika Satta means?
Transactional. Transactional.
Yes, it is transactional reality. Yeah. Don't speak in your Paravani or Pashyanti Vani. Speak through Vaikhari Vani. So, what is that? The rope belongs to the transactional reality. And the snake belongs to
Pratibhasika.
Pratibhasika Satta. Apparent reality. It is an apparent reality because it appears to be real for that moment, and so you are able to associate ease with it. Can you associate Satta, existence, with Vandhyaputra?
No.
Do you find anywhere that we can associate Satta, associate existence with the Shashashringa?
No.
No. But can you associate existence with the snake?
Yes.
Which snake? This Rajju Sarpa?
Yes.
Yes, Swamiji.
Yes. We are going to say this is a snake at that moment in the Avidya Rasha. So somewhere you are still able to associate existence, reality with this snake also. But what is the order of reality to which the snake belongs? Is it Vyavaharika Satta?
No.
No.
It is
It's
apparent
Pratibhasika.
reality, which means Pratibhasika Satta. So the Upadana Karanam of this snake, though is rope, yet the effect, the snake, does not belong to the same order of reality of the rope. Correct? So
Yes, Swami.
Upadana Vishama Sattaka Anyatha bhavaha vivartaha. This is vivarta. Have you understood the difference between parinama and vivarta?
Yes, Swamiji.
Yes, Swamiji.
जी हाँ स्वामी जी
Parinama and vivarta. Now, we will just read the Mula Grantha only. But before we go to this line, there is going to be some discussion which he has brought in the commentary section. वहां पे जाएंगे, परंतु ये देख लेते हैं. So we have an overall idea as where our entire discussion is going to is leading us to. Iti bhedan anayoho parinama vivartayoho vrittihi उपादानान्तःकरणाज्ञानपेक्षया परिणामः चैतन्यापेक्षया विवर्तः इति कोऽपि न सिद्धान्त विरोधः. What was his objection when we said parinama? That there will be siddhanta virodha. Now, how does he do the parihar of this objection, of this, how does he settle this, resolve this objection? Here. He says, now if you have understood what is parinama and what is meant by vivarta, a step further is iti bhedat, because there is this difference between parinama and Manisha, what?
जी
किसमें अंतर है? दो चीज कौन कौन से अलग अलग है यहाँ पे बता रहे हैं?
परिणाम और दूसरे का नाम अच्छे से याद नहीं हुआ.
विवर्त
विवर्त पुस्तक रखना. विवर्त. Okay. चक्रेश, तुम्हारे पास इसकी पीडीएफ है ना तत्वानुसंधानम की?
जी स्वामी जी.
जरा ग्रुप पे डाल देना.
जी.
So now this vritti, what is it? Antakarana ajnana apekshaya parinam. With the reference to antakaranam and ajnanam, vritti is a parinama. Okay? Because vritti belongs to the same level, same order of reality as ajnanam and antakaranam. ठीक है? Therefore, what is vritti? It is the parinama. लेकिन किसकी अपेक्षा परिणाम है? अज्ञान और अंतःकरण की अपेक्षा परिणाम है. चैतन्य अपेक्षया, with reference to Parameshwara. What is that? With reference to consciousness Parameshwara. What is vritti? It is vivarta. So we have not budged from our position when we are saying that Jagat is vivarta. We have not budged from that position. We still maintain that position. But ajnanantakarana apekshaya parinamaha chaitanya apekshaya vivartaha iti kopina siddhanta virodhaha. Did we say that the world is the vivarta of ajnanam? We are saying it is the vivarta of
अधिष्ठान रूप चैतन्य.
it is the vivarta of chaitanyam. Parameshwar ka vivarta hai ye sara jagat. We have, this is so na siddhanta virodha. सो ये जो दूसरा आपका ऑब्जेक्शन था, जो क्या थी, आशंका थी, आक्षेप था, वो आक्षेप नहीं रह सकता, इज रिजॉल्व्ड. Now, between this, there is this is very interesting and still subtle to take it. So page number 164. So what is the distilled definition of parinama that we have now? Are you people sitting with pen and paper or not? Noting
Yes,
it down?
Yes,
Yes,
Swamiji.
yes, Swamiji, yes.
Okay.
Upadana samasattaka anyatha bhav.
Okay. So upadana samasattaka anyatha bhavaha parinamaha. But say suppose if we were to say that parinama is only anyatha bhavaha, if we were to say parinama is only anyatha bhavaha, what problem would you have? That you have to say upadana samasattaka also has to be added to that definition. Without adding this part to the definition, if we were just to say anyatha bhava parinamaha, what doshas will come? And remember, these are the only three doshas: avyapti, ativyapti, asambhavana. These are the only three doshas which can be there in the lakshanam, a distinguishing characteristic in the definition. And so you don't have to go anywhere else. Just think about, is there any possibility of avyapti, ativyapti, or asambhavana? This is all that you have to check. If any of these three doshas is coming, then that definition is a defective definition. It has to be rejected. It will be rejected. So now comes that if we keep only anyatha bhava as parinama and not include upadana samasattaka, this word, what will happen?
अतिव्याप्ति हो जाएगा स्वामी जी.
Where will the
Sambhavana.
avyapti take place?
विवर्त में.
Why that ativyapti will take place in vivarta?
Because
क्योंकि
vivarta is
विवर्त
also
में भी
anyatha bhava upadan,
स्वामी जी असंभावना आनी
not
चाहिए.
samasattaka.
क्यों असंभावना में आ जाएगी, असंभव में आ जाएगा?
क्योंकि स्वामी जी केवल
क्यों
अन्यथा
अन्यथा
भाव-
भाव नहीं होता है? दूध का जब दही होता है तो क्या वो अन्यथा भाव नहीं है?
है स्वामी जी.
हाँ, है.
अच्छा, रज्जू का सर्प जब दिखता है तो वो अन्यथा भाव नहीं है?
है स्वामी जी.
तो असंभव कहाँ है? बिल्कुल संभव है. अन्यथा भाव होना संभव है.
अतिव्याप्ति होगी. राइट.
तो कहाँ अतिव्याप्ति होगी? लेकिन
विवर्त में.
अधिष्ठान.
विवर्त में क्यों अतिव्याप्ति होगी? Why? Some people may not understand Hindi. That's why.
क्योंकि
Because vivarta is a visham satta.
नहीं,
And-
विवर्त इज ऑल्सो अन्यथा भाव स्वामी जी. तो केवल अन्यथा भाव बोलने से विवर्त को भी समझाएगा.
पकड़ा तुमने चक्रेश?
जी जी जी.
Because even vivarta is also anyatha bhava. And if you were to say parinama means anyatha bhava, then the overspilling will happen into vivarta also.
जी.
Okay? And therefore we will have to add उपादान समसत्ता का अन्यथा भावः परिणामः. This is the definition. ठीक? What is the
Yes,
definition of parinama?
उपादान समसत्ताक अन्यथा भाव.
Very good. Similarly, if vivarta was also to be called as just anyatha bhava and not without adding the word upadana vishamasattaka, then also the same dosha ativyapti will take place and the ativyapti will happen in parinama. That's why we have to have the definition will be complete and defectless only when we say that upada, what do they call it? Parinama is upadana samasattaka anyatha bhavaha. And what is vivarta?
Upadana vishamasattaka.
Upadana vishamasattaka anyatha bhavaha. Iti uktam. Okay? यहाँ तक बात आ गई अपनी. Is this clear, the topic?
हाँ जी स्वामी जी. जी हाँ स्वामी जी.
Now there is going to be a very interesting thing. And he is going to say on what basis. So Lakshanam is given. Now the what do they call it? The pramanam has to be discussed. Why Lakshana and pramana is to be discussed?
Vastu Siddhi.
सुसिद्धि के लिए.
ठीक है. For the Vastu Siddhi. Now, which Vastu do you want to make Siddha over here?
परिणाम.
Hat. Oh, sorry. Which Vastu?
Vishaya Chaitanya.
कहाँ घूम रहे हो बगीचे में?
वृत्ति वृत्ति
वृत्ति. Vritti. So now that you have said that this vritti is parinama, but sir, by what means have you understood that the vritti is a parinama of antakaranam? Just because you say that, should we swallow it? Swamiji ne bola hai to lena chahiye. No. क्यों बोल रहे हैं? कैसे बोल रहे हैं? मतलब क्या प्रमाण है ये बताओ, तब चलेगा. So now he says, how do you know that vritti is a parinama of antakaranam? Can antakaranam, does the antakaranam have the capacity to undergo modification? And for any object to undergo modification, it needs to be constituted of parts. True?
Yes.
It needs to be composed of parts. Only then there is modification possible. ठीक है ना?
Yes, okay.
कौन है यहाँ पे? Anybody has a problem over here with this? Dr. Mangala?
no problem, Swami.
Why is he insisting that something, any object has to be composed of parts for it to be to undergo a transformation?
Because if there are no parts, then it is Prabhu, means Paramatma.
ऐसे थोड़ी.
नहीं. Okay. Then
Ultimately that is ठीक है वो.
हाँ.
लेकिन क्यों? परिणाम के लिए हम पूछ रहे हैं. परिणाम के लिए, are you understanding the question?
Yes.
For transformation, modification to take place, why do you demand that the object which is transforming into something else needs to be composed of parts? This is the question.
Okay.
Which example? Take the same example and then justify, na?
Swamiji, any transaction or this type of transformation happens part by part.
Correct. So
So
part by
hence-
part होगा तो part तो पहले होना चाहिए कि नहीं?
Yes, hence there has to be a part.
Exactly. So now what is he saying? That since you are saying that the vritti is the parinama of the antakaranam, therefore you first will have to prove that antakaranam is something that is composed of parts, savayava padartha. What will you have to prove the antakaranam to be?
Saveva.
Savayava padartha. Avayavayena saha. Avayava means
Parts.
limbs or parts. So pehle to kya, what will you have to do now is to show that antakaranam is savayava padartha, and therefore transformation or modification is possible, and this modification of antakaranam is called as
Vritti.
vritti. Sara, and why are we studying vritti?
Akhandakara vritti.
Akhanda.
Because we are
Understand.
interested in this akhandakara vritti. Which akhandakara vritti do you want?
Tattvamasi.
The one which is generated by
Tattvamasi Mahavakyam.
Mahavakyam, Tattvanusandhanam Mahavakyam. Why do you want that?
For moksha.
Liberation. For liberation.
कहाँ इतना उड़ो मत.
Because we want agyan nivritti and sukha prapti.
Because we want agyana nivritti. That's why. But why do you want agyan ki nivritti? Let the agyan sit over there. What difference it makes?
For param sukh prapti, because agyan leads to sorrow.
Yes, because agyana is the root cause of sorrow.
So,
Why are you saying root cause? Because the immediate causes are my husband, my wife, my neighbor, my job, my children, my dog, the weather, the viruses. These are becoming the immediate causes. Correct?
right.
Yes.
The
sir.
job ka tension, and then somebody said something, and so on and so forth. These are the, so, but then what is the real ultimate cause of sorrow?
Agyan.
Or
Not
suffering?
identifying a person.
Agyan.
Ajnanam, ignorance. That ignorance will go away only in wake of knowledge that Atma is Brahman, and you will know Atma is Brahman only through the Shabda Pramanam. That Shabda is the Mahavakyam. When that Mahavakyam is spoken, the vritti takes place, vritti is generated in the mind, and this vritti destroys the ajnanam. And therefore, we want to know what exactly is this vritti. So what is vritti?
Shaya
Antakarana
chaitanya
modification.
avivyanjakatve sati antakarana agyanayoho
Ajnana
parinama.
viran nivartakam.
है बाबा, कहाँ चली गई आप मीरा भाई? आवरण निवर्तकत्व कहाँ आया? आवरण निवर्तकत्व तो वहां आएगा जहां अभिव्यंजक किसको कहते हैं, ये प्रश्न है. हमारा प्रश्न यह है, वृत्ति क्या है? वृत्ति क्या है? तो बस इतना ही. विषय चैतन्य अभिव्यंजकत्वे सति अज्ञानान्तःकरणयोः परिणाम विशेषः. ठीक है? Is this okay till now, till this point? Hopefully, yes. Even if you say no, we cannot, I cannot pull it further. I have already taken 8 more minutes from you. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakritau Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.